Welcome to our poster. In the next 5 minutes, we will present our current research on panel conditioning effects in an established mixed-mode probability panel. We are looking forward to your questions and comments in the chat. To begin with, what exactly are panel conditioning effects, shortly termed as PCE? Panel conditioning effects are basically defined as artificial changes over time due to repeated survey participation, meaning that the answers respondents give in a survey are influenced by prior participation and differ from the answers they would have given if they were participating in the survey for the first time. Accordingly, researchers cannot differentiate real change in respondents' attitudes, knowledge, and behavior from change that occurred solely as a result of prior survey participation. But what does this mean for longitudinal surveys that are acknowledged for allowing researchers to investigate stability and change over time and to make statements about causal relationships? Well, roughly speaking, the validity of longitudinal studies is at stake. Conclusions based on the longitudinal data about stability and change of social patterns and causal relationships can be undermined. But how does PCE emerge? According to theoretical considerations you can find in the literature, 3 main mechanisms can lead to PCE. Firstly, there's reflection, a change in survey responses which is based on increased awareness of the survey topic, possibly leading to more deliberation and information search on the topic. Secondly, satisficing, which is change that is based on learned response strategies of experienced respondents to reduce survey burden. Thirdly, social desirability, which is change based on conformity with social norms, leading to less biased answers of experienced respondents due to familiarity with the survey process. In the present research, we investigated the existence and magnitude of PCE within the GESIS panel, a probability-based mixed-mode access panel administered bi-monthly to a random sample of the German-speaking population aged 18 years and older. Specifically, we draw on the 17th panel wave that surveyed experienced sample members along with a newly integrated refreshment sample. We chose the 17th panel wave as the first regular wave in which the new cohort was introduced as refreshment sample and in which the sample size of the newly integrated cohort was sufficiently high for analysis purposes. Regarding the number of cases, the 17th panel wave consists of 4,720 participants in total. The first cohort, who participates in the panel since 2013, represents the experienced respondents who answered the questions in the wave for the 3rd time. The second cohort, who joined the panel in 2016, represents the novice respondents who answered the questions in this wave for the first time.
Thanks to the inclusion of refreshment samples, we were able to conduct between-group comparisons across novice and experienced sample members. The comparison between the respondent groups focused on 6 indicators of response quality, whose results we would like to present in the following. It was correctly assumed that experienced respondents show shorter response latencies due to previous reflection on the survey topic and familiarity with the answering process. We also found evidence for a significantly lower prevalence of don't know responses among experienced sample members. Satisficing behaviors as a learned strategy of experienced respondents to reduce survey burden was examined. We did not find a significant difference in straight lining between the 2 sample groups. In addition, it could not be confirmed that experienced respondents show more misreporting to avoid follow-up questions. However, we found that experienced respondents show significantly greater speeding. Regarding social desirability, we did not find any evidence that becoming familiar with the survey process results in less socially desirable responding of experienced respondents. These findings are good to know, but what do they really mean? PCE can be positive or negative for response quality. On the one hand, experienced sample members learn satisficing strategies to reduce survey burden, as shown by the higher prevalence of speeding. On the other hand, shorter response latencies of experienced sample members indicate familiarity with the survey process and more reliable responses due to prior reflection. Moreover, the results show a lower prevalence of don't know responses among experienced sample members, an indicator of increased response quality. Summed up, we could provide further evidence on the existence of PCE, in this case in an established and widely used panel study. So what's the take-home message of all of this? If your analyses are based on data from longitudinal studies, you should be particularly careful when making statements about causal relationships or any other found pattern. Specifically, you should consider controlling for PCE in order to ensure the validity of your findings.